Hello pretties! Today we're talking about hooded eyes and eyeshadow for hooded eyes. So first let me explain what hooded eyes are. I have hooded eyes. If you look at my eye when I'm looking straight, you will see that right here, you barely see my actual eyelid. Okay, most people when they're looking at you, you can see more of their eyelid. And that's because of all this extra skin and just because my eyes are, I guess, deep set, but there's a lot of extra skin here. So if you see, if I push up here, this is what most people's eyes look like, where you'll be able to put eyeliner on very nicely. But as you see with the extra skin, when I try to put on eyeliner, I have all this extra skin that I'm pushing against. That's why it's very difficult for people with hooded eyes to do a winged liner look. It's also difficult to do any type of eyeshadow look that you typically see when people are doing tutorials. And sometimes when you try to mimic those looks, it doesn't come out looking right. So I wanted to show you some tips and tricks that I use. I'm also going to do the tips and tricks on this side, and then on this side I'm going to do what you should not do. So first I'm gonna go in with a base. So your base and your eyeshadow should be somewhat close to your actual skin color. So I'm using Fresh by Anastasia Beverly Hills. This base helps for when you're blending your eyeshadow. All right, that is all over my eye. I'm gonna go ahead and put the base on the other eye too. I prefer to sometimes do a little lighter shade than my skin tone as opposed to a little darker, but everybody has their own preferences. The brush that I was using to apply the base is a Sephora number 14. It looks like this. As you can see, it is rounded and it is nice and bushy, and it's very dirty because I just used it. I'm gonna go in with a little bit more of a natural look. The palette I'm using is Tarteist Pro, and the color I'm gonna use first is called Bold. It's sort of just a very light brown tannish kind of color. I'm using that same number 14 brush that I used for my base. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just putting the color from here where all my fat in my eye looks like, and I'm gonna move it inwards, okay? And I'm keeping it in line with my brow, so you see where my eyebrow is in this shape. So I'm taking it and I'm going to just follow along, and I'm keeping it above. So this is just a lighter color, and then I'm slowly moving it down into my crease area, which you typically don't see because it folds down. So all this skin under here, it folds down on top of my eye, but I'm going in with that color all the way down there. It doesn't have to be too dark. I'll start back up here and I'm just blending it. Again, it's a natural look we're going for right now. It just adds a little shadow, not a lot. Now I'm gonna go in with the other eye with this bold color. It's called Bold, but it's a light tan, light brown color. And I'm going to do it the wrong way, which is going into, I'm lifting my eyebrows up and I'm putting it just in my crease area. Now what's wrong about this is when I close my eye, you can't even see it. It's gone. The only place you can see it is here on the outer edge just a little bit. Now we're going to go in with the darker shades. I'm gonna use the next color over, which is called Edgy. It's a bit of a darker brown shade. And the wrong thing to do first on this side is to stretch your eye and try to find your crease and just go in with that dark color. And what everybody does is make that little triangle shape because you're adding that little shadow on the edge. By the way, this brush is Morphe M506. And that's what a lot of people do, is they make that triangle shape and then they take their blending brush and sometimes they'll go back with that lighter brown color and they'll blend it with a blending brush. This brush is a Morphe M441. was a blending brush, and they take it and they blend it out. Now the problem with this, as you see when I look straight, you've hidden all this part right here because my eye folds down, and all we have is all this over here. And because I was stretching, it's up here now, but as soon as I look straight, it's lowered. So the better thing to do, what I've found out in doing my makeup, I take the edgy, this is the darker brown, I look straight, okay? I start outlining. I don't want to lift my eyebrows so I can get in there. I'm going to look straight, look like I normally would look during the day. And I'm going to outline my triangular look, and I'm going to go up. I'm lightly doing this because I don't want to tap a lot of product on here yet. Kind of make a shape that that I'm happy with. And I'm making a triangular shape, but then I'm putting it up here where that other color was, and I'm blending it into, I'm not pushing hard, everybody. I am just lightly, like a paintbrush. I'm lightly pushing inwards. Can you see that I'm going this way? Starting from the outer corner, pushing in. I'm gonna get a little more product on my brush, and I'm going to do a little bit more, but I'm going to focus on this edge piece because that's where you want the darker colors to be, because that creates the shadow. And I'm just blending it slowly and very softly into that area. And this is the Morph 506. Now, as you see, when I look up, and there's not much under here. If you are making an expression and you're moving your face and you're like, oh, you don't want it to not have any color under here. So I am adding it down here. Now I'm gonna go back in, just putting a little bit of the light color on the bold. And I'm just blending. Again, touching very softly. I'm just going back and forth with it. Blending this out. So this I'm kind of going in an upward angle. So I don't want to go down. You never want to pull down. Upward little flicks. First, I want to show you the difference so far in the two eyes. So hopefully you can see that. So as you see, it's nice and up here, as opposed to this, which is really far down here, and it's pulling my eye down. Another problem with hooded eyes, as I mentioned before, is you can't really see this spot, this area very much. So eyeliner, or any eyeshadow for that matter, gets hidden sometimes, depending on how far down your hood goes. Luckily, I do have a small space for mine, and if I do eyeliner, I have to try to do it very, very thin, or try to just do it in certain areas and then completely not put any on this part. I prefer to sometimes even leave the base color there, or if I want to add a little shimmer, I can. I'm going to add this color, it's called Glam. It's sort of a golden, sparkly color. I'm just gonna tap it on my lid softly. Okay, so it just adds a little shimmer to it. Now on the wrong side, I'm going to take my base brush and I'm going to take the Glam and I'm going to pack it on, and I'm going to be trying to lift it all the way up here, which is where a lot of it goes. Like when they have a regular eye, they have it way up here. But when you do that, you're adding shimmer to this part of your hooded eye. As you can see, it's like really sparkly, so it brings attention to that area. As you can see, like I said, it brings this eye down, and we want to look refreshed. You don't want to look drawn down. So that is a very basic, natural look. You can add different things to the look. If I like to, on my waterline, add a little white eyeliner just to make my eyes look a little more open. I also sometimes add it on this inner corner. So I've added just a little white in this little spot right here. Now, when going in with eyeliner, especially when you're trying to do a winged look, There's been so many different tips and tricks, like people have said, exactly like I was saying, with looking straight and not, raising your eyebrows and things like that, just looking like you normally look and going in and drawing. Now the problem is when you have a felt tip or a pencil or anything like that, when you use it, I'm going to use the bottom of the brush here just to show you. When I'm going in and I go to the corner of my eye and I push out as if I'm putting on the eyeliner, as you can see, as I'm pushing, it's pushing this little part of my hood. I'm going to get close so you can see this. So watch, I'm pushing and oh, I've caught my hood. Oh no, I caught my hood. Oh no. And that's very detrimental when you're trying to put on a winged liner. I saw this tip and I want to see if it works. It's using just a brush and actually wetting eyeshadow and getting a bit of it and actually like making it liquidy. I'm going to take a bold color. So I'm going to use this bold, this is by ColourPop. This Spoiled, it's kind of a red tone. I'm going to use this brush. I think it's a lip liner brush. I'm going to wet the brush and then I'm going to put it in the eyeshadow. Let's test it. So let's go in and just kind of do this part right here. Oh yeah, okay, it can work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to still do the technique where I'm going to look straight. And I'm going to take that color, I'm going to start at my corner, and I'm going to bring it up. Okay, so now when I stretch out, I have a triangle here, and I'm going to try to connect it. And I'm going to connect it down. Careful here because I got a lot of hood. Okay, so looking straight, it actually looks like a wing. If I like really stretch it out, you see I've got this like wonderful little 90-degree angle kind of part thing going right here, but it's not bad. All right, let me connect it. I'm gonna try to go really thin right there. This may be my new favorite brush. I want to show you what not to do on this side, but at the same time, I want to kind of do it to see if I can mimic both. Because when you do your eyeliner and you're like, oh, that side looks great, but then the other side doesn't. Now let's show you a don't on this side with the felt tip. What you don't want to do is lift and like pull the skin and try to put in a liner like this. And then try to pull it over. It looks so pretty right now. But then as soon as you do this, it's almost disappeared. So like this, it looks so nice. Pulled it up, and it's pretty. Oh no. Yeah, that doesn't work out nice. And then like I said before, you don't want to go in and make this all thick. I'm pulling again. Trying to make my eye look nice and flat. Now look. I look straight. That's all you can see on my eyelid practically, is the black eyeliner. Which if that's your go-to, if you're like, I'm cool with a whole bunch of black eyeliner because I like it and I make it all thick and do a really dark look, all right, to each his own. But like I said, that wing is totally gone. I mean, look at this. Look at the difference between the two. Can you see that? Like this eye looks just lifted and bright, and this one's just so drawn down. I'm gonna add some mascara so you can see the full finished effect on both eyes. Okay, mascara is on. Some people wear lashes and they make them really big. So if that's your look, go for it. I hope this video has helped you in some way. Please remember to like, subscribe, and leave a comment, and I'll comment back to you. All right, see you guys in the next video. Bye.